the big are just going to be able to edge them out here. As we get into the pistol round, the Glock's facing of Tabson. Refresh cuts down 2 individuals as part of the CT start, turning away from those flashbangs. There's a firing squad here in mid, and they're just now recognizing it as they lose 3 players with still no trades. Barely even tag damaged under the CT forces. As Sin can engage one out towards the B bomb site. Crimmo's going to try to bait them in a little bit deeper in towards mid. Finally chased down by these pistols. They do have the bomb control, and they will be able to overwhelm.
Now, this could still be the ace coming through for Refresh. Sin making the noise out here towards Guardian. Both the CTs can swing together.
Yeah.
I mean, ITB have had like a pretty good lower bracket run so far.
That's also true. That is true. I mean, I guess we'll find out as time rolls on. Now the execution's inbound from the big side. Process pressing on against Nicodoz in the back lines. He will be able forced to fight. Mantu takes one head off his shoulders. And TMB and Ultek's quick swing up to the bomb site. A 4-on-1 has ensued with Crimbo being all alone. Bomb tap knows that he's got no dominion over the bomb site. Can at least take Ultek's back, but they're holding the defuse and then just not and they're not untapping it. Crimbo's got nothing to do.
Yeah, just has to hold on to that AK.
It's coming in real quick, fast execution to try and get a bomb plant here, potentially overwhelm the AK on the site, which is what they'll be able to do. Refresh has one of his own though, can't hold on forever. The M4 can mow down 2. Tabson domes him in, 2 versus 2 scenario. Plant should be secured, and I imagine that Roy and Nicodoz want a chance to retake.
TMB's actually kept them in this round, so that's a huge multi-frag from him being completely overwhelmed. Now, Roy is expecting a late lurk in here from mid. There isn't anything to be set up, and there's quite a bit of util. They can smoke off the stairs, they can molly out towards white. They just don't have a flash for the retake.
Most of the utility is on Roy here, so he's got to form up to retaking positions. They let half of the timer tick away. 1 man at stairs and 1 man holding the back of quad. Tabson. Nerve held, chance to swing, engagement spray finds Roy. Nicodoz can take it right back, smoke onto the bomb, taps it, trying to try and force this Deagle to make a firefight. Blinded spray, Nicodoz back on it. Grimmo's not got any more ammo, knife's coming in, he's not going to hit his man. It's not like it's going to matter. There was no time in the flag. Gun's about to respond from Preasy. Don't want to try and make amends. Cheese back from Roy, unable to catch Tabson on 1 point of health, who got that opening kill. Sponged an overwhelming amount of damage, and he'll continue pressing on here. The new Dane. Head of smokes, can't see anything at ramp.
Now, one thing that we saw from Big on the T side of Vertigo against TSM was just the slow passiveness of really running down the clock. And they were so strong on working opening picks and slowing the round down and baiting info plays and forcing mistakes just off of the back of timings. It seems like it's a little bit more accelerated in this kind of round than what we saw in the last rifle round. But ramp is just completely taken. And for Preasy, there was a bit of an over-rotation towards mid. They've seen nothing.
Got Roy pressing on to position here. Alongside Refresh as part of the site defensive burst through against the headshot angles of Process. Further flashes will try to keep him at bay. Finally, Roy has got one back as a high HP player as well in this 4-on-4. Got nades in position. Going to hope to catch the bomb planter as soon as he puts it down at default. Mantu might be a goner here. HE lands pretty nicely. Advantage Preasy.
Very good utility usage. And now they can actually swing on the bomb site before the bomb's gone down. Try and put some pressure on.
Sin have to hug the wall there. Flash kept him blinded. Now he's known. Tabson still trying to provide support as Crimbo gets involved. He's traded super quickly. Sin back in with 1. Finally, he goes falling. Tabson, 1 point of health, 17 seconds. Needs perfect headshots on Ultex and, well, just as good onto TMB. But knowing that he's got no HP with no time left on the clock, he just doesn't have the wherewithal to go for it. Hold on to that AK for another round as Preasy can answer back.
This is a very good start in the mid-round and not allowing these solo lurks and info plays forward.
Process can start things off here. TMB going right back in for that rifle. We didn't grab it though. Threw away the FAMASTA, just rest on the USP. Crimbo now in from mid. Is Roy going to be ready for him? Mantu's caught Nicodoz elsewhere. So, ramp cleared up over on the A site. Still heavy-handed out towards the B play. TMB going back in for that gun once again. He's found the M4.
Yeah, that's very awkward now for TMB to be this close behind the smoke. The break into the smoke should get an easy kill there onto the likes of Sin. The issue is what more gets gained, because Big are in a really strong position right now. They've got the mid lurker Crimbo and the man advantage.
TMB's not ready for Crimbo though. Lack of information for Preasy on the contrary in this round. 4-on-2 now. Walking into the aggressive trap. Roy going to walk into another one. There's 3 players around this corner. Go big or go home. Process, Mantu, peek, and somehow not even Process goes falling. Refresh. Backed up to the backside, swing, finally gets his man. Molotov will force him forward into the hands of Tabs and sees his individual, sees to the backlines. The AWP misses, Refresh getting tagged up by it. In an elevator, wary of Crimbo still. The bomb plant will be received. I don't think he can win this one on free, though. I think he thinks the same.
The problem is the economy's just wrecked. This was such an important round to win here for Preasy. And I want to say this is the best opportunity that Big have had to start clawing their way back into this game. It has been a slow start for them. They are 1-5 down on their T side. This is now a chance to break that economy, get a few rounds in a row, and start showing us that disciplined nature of clawing games back and closing them like they've shown so far in the event.
Posted out towards this ramp control. Very heavy on ramp defaults here. Two individuals, counter smokes and Molotovs will return from the T side. I force them back out, nades up. Individuals not being seen. Nicodoz actually does catch Process and Mantu is known.
You could just see that reposition from Nicodoz, trying to hide behind the tarps, get Roy to HE in. Mantu going to get HE'd again. This time around a deeper one rather than trying to break the smoke, and a double pick comes through from the AWPer.
Looked out from the tops position as Mantu started to give it away. Sin was heard there on the jump, face out over at the stairs, and nades on towards Tabson. Reveals himself to try to get the pick ahead of that HE. Doesn't end up doing much with it. And it's all left to Crimbo. A dismantling response again from Preasy. And they're not as consistent in terms of getting these confident rounds, but when they're confident, they look damn good.
Well, I think it shows how important opening picks have been for Preasy. We've kind of seen that with the majority of rounds. That if they...
The half, and for Preasy, this round would mean the half advantage being taken by them. They would love nothing more than to do that on the CT side. Roy, Process does not check the 51 corner. Tabson can adjust through the smoke, though. Turn it back to evens.
And Nicodoz is going to give the info away with this resmoke that he's playing out towards the sandbag. Now, even his teammate there of Refresh is actually backed up, which allowed Tabson to create all this space into gap.
Nicodoz lands against him, though, as he creeps back from the crane angle, walked away from sandbags. An advantage goes back to Preasy as Big slow things down a little bit. They're wary that sandbags might still be a position. As that Molotov comes in, no one's going to rotate to Nico's position.
Well, they're making an info play towards mid, and they're actually going to leave TMB to probably late lurk and to come down ladder and get in from bottom ramp. They're going to have that rotation of Refresh out towards elevators to peek on the contact to Nicodoz.
Silent drop-off of oranges as well. Slow prods in from TMB. Molly set. Nicodoz still hunting for the individuals. Part of the ramp attack. The AWP especially might have seen some pixels, but TMB, check him out. He now sees what's going on. Mantu caught Crimbo with a return. 26 seconds. Big have got to commit.
AWP from Nicodoz doesn't want to get too aggressive. Even being mollied away, he has to fall back and respect it.
Oh, Sin peeks right into him. A 2K for him. A tag on Crimbo. They know he's there.
Much in it for me right now.
There's not much in it for Nicodoz. And I'm referring to his effort. Looks so good finding Tabson. Didn't need to try to get that opening pick. The nades onto the top smoke. We'll try to look for more. I have to see the main one over at ramp clear up. Flashes are sent. Incendiaries will try blocking ahead of that smoke. A re-smoke comes in from the man as well as he does everything he can to defend this ramp control. Flash forward, not committed to. The second one catches him full blind. And the M4 continues to swing. Rory going to catch Sin. Still firing back from the AWP, but now his backup's dead. He's burning. The P250 still stands and fights. Finds the only position that he can hold without burning to the flames. And Refresh. It's a very low HP. The flashes might send them into the bomb site. No, they're going to hold off.
Now Roy's trying to spam up the best that he can. Double sandbag as of right now. Big have got that flash to commit in for the retake.
One player extremely low again from the CT side. Everybody else seems pretty good. The fuse is also on Sin. Tabson extending another goosh from TMB. They're not getting the kills, but they are weakening Big bit by bit. Trying to tear down this castle brick by brick. Crimbo and Sin able to get the defensives on, though. Ultex and TMB still trying to hold their nerve with a couple of trades. As Mantu goes falling next, it's down to two individuals. Sin's on 1 point of health. Crimbo trying to support from the outskirts, but Sin on site goes down. And TMB finds a tap to the 3K.
Is really key in that first half, and even transpiring here to the second half. And 10-4, it's a very passive round. They're retaking ramp on a contact and not using any utility to give away the info. They should clear out the boost, or maybe they have already. Big have not gamble stacked, but they do have 3 towards A.
Nicodoz moving in, smokes down, AK swing, burst up, trying to engage on tabs, and indeed he goes falling process with a responsive 4-on-4. Continuing on for this T side, Mantu can turn back, refresh with a follow-up. Now down at even standings, HP is a little bit dicey for both sides. Roy and Crimbo, the tagged up elements. Process, a high HP player, has just fallen for Big. Now it's down to Sin and Crimbo here.
And they've got so much time here for Preasy. Another 30 seconds on the clock. Just freeze it up, wait for those smokes to go down, and almost try and force Big to get on the front foot, to try and look for a duel and to start getting those MP9s out in the open.
Big should surely know that they have to commit to the A side. There's not enough time for a rotation here. Crimbo's not been seen. Refresh, got to get that bomb to the side. He's seen his individual. He's just going to provide covering fire, keep him suppressed on that wall. Sin with a trade back. Refresh touch low. Sin gets back. Ultex gonna tap that bomb. Try look for Crimbo. He's not going to peek it though. He's called his bluff. And Preasy will not escape with the 11th. All cash exhausted. Preasy. No loss bonus either, resting heavily on the idea of getting a bomb plan out of these rounds to sustain the buys. Tabs are looking to take them out very early. Tech 9 unable to get much, and they're going to get mowed down in at ramp.
And Nicodoz and Refresh, what are you in a position of now? You've got a mid lurk, but with the bomb territory, you're even going to get caught on a timing there from Sin. And Nicodoz has just got to hope to try and keep this round expensive.
Take as many out as you can. Big staying in this one when Preasy were looking set to hit the home stretch of Vertigo. And they're still in the lead by a margin of 4 rounds, so it's not impossible for them to take this map, which is something I never thought I'd be considering. The stellar map for Preasy, but Big have a higher win rate and on better teams. Nicodoz. Trying to see if we can spot Mantu out here. Get that AWP to full. Nope, not going to happen. Well, again, importance in this round could be massive for Preasy here. AWP straight in on Mantu. What a flick to Roy. Nicodoz trying to see if he can get it right back. He sees the utility coming out of the sandbags. He's so wary of what's going on. And Tabson catches him distracted. TMB fell in the interim. And Big have just wiped Preasy off the face of the map.
Well, just to give you an idea, Jay, you've taken a tactical, and then 18 seconds into the next round, it's a 2v5. They lost all matters of control. Crimbo even gets another pick out towards mid, and that's got to hurt. That's got to feel like that tac timeout, we've just addressed some of the issues. We've just spoke about what we want to achieve in the next round. We're getting creative. We're trying something a bit quicker. We're going fast out up there toward the ramp control, and just denied. Completely denied.
The gap will close even further, with Ultex just looking for exits. A full-on 1v5 for the man. Big shouldn't allow this to fall out of favor. Tabson, area of watching the side position. Ultex soon, the gun barrel gets his man. Second player down, third individual was heard. Process. We can tap off the Ultex position, burst through to do the damage. Ultex is giving this a good old go. The concern is the amount of time it's going to take to get to position, because as Backstab's closing in towards the ramp control, Ultex needs to get that bomb plant in soon. And now Sin is in the backlines of the bomb site itself. So most avenues, most potential players have been locked out, tapping it. Going to try force out. Okay, hang on a sec. Plant coming down. Ultex has caught 4. This is a 1v5 ace for the Dane.
Hey, he's expecting a backstab.
Crimbo ran the corner, no! Looked away at the wrong moment. Oh, how close that got for Preasy.
Yeah, that really did. I think Ultex has actually played that really well. Like, he has to realize he's not getting that play.
But can they actually gain it?
And it's incredible to think that they were 10-0 up against Guild Eagles on the T side. Now, again, it's difficult to compare the pair, but just the levels of success on the comparison, Ultex burning the util damage from Big, again, constantly chipping.
The casualty taken on the Preasy camp. T trying to readjust that native process. Let's see where it lands. Oh, that's a little bit awkward. That's not that great at all. Could have found quite a hefty amount of damage on the Preasy central center of mass. And those return nades are much better from the T side as well.
Look at the backstab towards bottom ramp. It's actually being watched. There's another player, though. Crimbo is unknown. This could actually be a round-winning play from Crimbo. Man advantage, minute on the clock, and they don't know that there's another one that aggressed.
Out towards spawn.
Such an off angle, too, isn't it?
Refresh and Roy don't know it. All comes out to timing. Crimbo's looked away, but their backs are turned. No, Refresh looks on, gets the headshot, and they must know now they've got to full send that B bomb site. Tabson's already in mid, though. The smoke's being sent, and the HE's coming back. The Molotovs to respond, try and drive them away from the generators, but pushing Process forward into more nades, taking damage. Refresh seen, Tabson drops that bomb. 2 left on Preasy. They got to find these trades quick now. Roy engaging, desperate to find another frag. Nicodoz can take it away from him. 2 versus 2. Now Roy's fallen. It's all onto the AK. The 3K up for him. And the AWP creeping around, the shots of the AK continuing out. He thinks he's safe. He's seen the jump face, though. Mantu's given himself up. There's 10 seconds left. He's got a swing. The kill's in the open! And AK above the MP9. Slightly better for the T side. This is a swing round.
Now, this is the best opportunity yet, and it could be a walk on a contact up here at Crane.
Process has utility in hand. Khalil's facing. Nicodoz able to get the first 2 kills out of it. Roy sacrificing himself to enable the trades to the man advantage of the Danes. Backstabs could come through from that ladder room again as Mantu catches Nico going a little bit too aggressive. TMB needs a response, and Sin just given a little bit too far outside of that smoke. Mantu naded, such low HP, still looking to fight, but Goosh back to 8 points of health. Crimbo's way too late to this backstab here, and even he's being marked by Ultex.
They're trying to get that jump spot, but they still haven't seen him. Crimbo needs distraction, needs a kill to happen on the bomb site to set it up, but it looks like it's going to be another save.
One that the M4 might not even be able to survive in here. Here is teammate running. Might get some exits into this position. Kill found. Needs to hold on to the gun, but he can't. Preasy now on map point on Big's pick of Vertigo. I mean, the 1v2 was proof of that enough. And now Big are well and truly broken. 1 AK health in the previous round. SMGs. Oh, Crimbo has timed it so perfectly on that mid face.
Oh, my goodness. Big will be so happy with those opening couple of picks. Roy even being flashed off of the angle, processing nothing out there to top ramp.
Extra rifle to play with now, Big. AK on Mantu here. Preasy just hold themselves in a corner, hoping that someone overextends. I imagine Big won't be doing that today, though.
Yeah, I'm with you. You've got to look at that round from Crimbo and say, what a timing with util being set up. Now, the resmoke goes down from the top, so this is an opportunity for Roy, Nicodoz, and Ultex to focus their attention towards the top sandbag and top crane.
40 seconds. Jiggling up the ramp position. Mantu swings, seen at least 1, possibly 2. Nades to his position. Will tag him up. The player over at Ali could provide a little bit of an extra flank. Mantu repositioning. SMG on the backside, sprayed down through the smoke. Nicodoz can catch Process. Again, he's gone big. Bomb goes down. Roy follows it up. Low fragging numbers, high impact in this round, his own 2K, with Sin being all alone here, trying to get them out even further. Ultex is still waiting though. Smokes will now fade. He'll spot out the dualies, tap it in the back of the head, and now closing on Process, who gets that 1 headshot, trying to stand up and be a hero for Big, but only so much so. Tabson, the insurance policy, gets TMB, swings back in from Dark, and Roy can deal with him. Advantage still remains with Preasy.
And normally you think if you're going to leave long open that you're going to have a spotter out there towards CT with a 3B contact, but no one from Big watching the backstab has allowed a very easy pick and a close down of a post plant. Roy up here against Crimbo. This is a big kill to win for Crimbo.
It goes down to the hands of Roy instead. Tapped up, Goosh down to the first.
Goes a full-on commit, yeah?
Again, smokes to coffins. Molly's to follow it up. Third player joining from behind the CT cross smoke. That's Crimbo on defensive. You've got Mantu and Process on the site itself. That smoke will clear up, and they weren't quite ready for that. Roy's forced to have a trade back in. Mantu with a responsive, but they've seen that boost in play. not quite aware of what's going on. They will start to back off in the end.
It really has felt like a bit of a half-hearted commit out to that B site, and I think it shows that Ultex is trying to cut a rotate and create some space towards A. The issue is now they're in a man disadvantage and the time is low.
Refresh is still fighting here. Prosa can take him back. TMB with another trade back. The bomb being seen. Crimbo actually might be in prime position to cut this off with this kill being where it is and with the time being where it is as well. This could be an absolute steal from the Deagle. Is TMB ready for the boiler presence? He's backing up towards long, gets away just in time. We'll go for the safer route. Ultex will smoke onto the site itself, but it's still a chance here. Crimbo still walking out. Seen spray from Ultex will protect his teammate. That nade will not be able to do much.
I can't believe Crimbo hasn't won that round. Like, I actually feel for him. That was such a good opportunity, because you're absolutely right.
As Deagle can still find heads. Tabson's closing in the pincers of the AK around the long control. If he gets info on both players, draws him out of the bomb site, this could still be on, but no, Crimbo goes down. Tabson, Molly sent.
That was very fine margin.
Very fine nades coming in from the CT side. Better ones from the HGs put down. Oh, Nicodoz has taken himself out. The 1G's in play. The HP pass not being accounted for on the T side. Yes, it is an opening kill, but the trade bats were 4-on-4 leaves Preasy extremely hurt.
It could have been a little bit of miscoms. Maybe one of his teammates was meant to smoke that incendiary and it just never came in. And now the nade damage is just chipping so heavily away. Ultex on the lurk out there towards mids, down to 3 HP as well.
Refresh and Roy are the main two guys that can do much here. More Refresh than anything else.
And the issue is the map, the lack of map control, and just the overall ability to win this round is extremely minimal right now.
Especially with 2 players per bomb site on the defense. Tabson and Crimbo over on the B plate. Mantu and Sin over on A. Smokes be set in for the CT defensive as Preasy try and make their way up regardless. Counteraction utility will be there to extinguish the flames. Put out over at the second boxes. Crimbo trying to look above that smoke. Will be able to catch Ultex. The tap on the bomb. As Refresh tries hunting for the kill. Ultimately will go down to the M4. Roy now trying to clutch things out. The backup has arrived and he's surrounded.
And the best chance now is to at least tap that bomb and draw some further fights. They don't really need the cash.
I'm going to go for that plant down anyway. HE sent back towards the banana control, but a smoke towards Cross clears up, and Mantu taps him down, gets the kill, and the round here for Big.
And I think, again, what needs to be addressed from Big as an overarching statement is, while they have been in 4 online grand finals in the last 3 months, and they have shown more... And Nicodoz is going to get flashed up here towards top banana, but with 3 CTs around the corner, this is going to be so difficult.
Swing forward, TMB gets caught, Nicodoz can trade it back. Still the man advantage for the CT side. Molotov's in as one man escapes. A counter incendiary comes in from the CT. Forces Ultex peeks back into Mantu. Didn't know he was there on long. The flashes are sent and Process is allowed a peek, but he's got to be wary here. He's still tagged. Crimbo now mounting up over a coffins and trying to hunt for his man. Straight through the smoke. Nicodoz going to get caught, and Roy can only get 1 frag at the end of the round itself. Overwhelmed. Brackets will try and force Roy away. It actually doesn't even land.
And Preasy haven't shown much towards this A side. Mantu shows another great shot with the NWP, peeking back in. Can't quite double up.
He's good on his quickness, but unable to double up means, of course, that Long is going to fall, as will Sin, as will the A sites.
Well, that falls very quickly. And I think that might be a slight difference of direction that TMB and maybe Vorberg are thinking to themselves. Because, again, we've seen a lot of B leans. Yeah, we had that one round where Ultex was out there towards the long position and TMB came up and Crimbo could have denied from Boiler. That was really the only round that we've seen at least movement towards A. The majority of the rounds has been Ultex, take the lurk out towards the apartments, work Boiler, work balcony. Everybody else just work banana.
And Preasy take the 5th. With 1 more to go to that all-important 6th, that minimum marker that you set for them. The minimum marker is set for themselves at the same time here. And again, Big needing to save these 3 guns to even think about some sort of investment in the next man.
Control. HE placement looks good. Oh. Yeah, very good.
Evade damage on brackets, tank it back. Oh, sorry, Banana take it back right on brackets instead. 45 seconds to the hit. Got flashes coming in from Oltex, trying to see if he can make them get themselves into that short position and try go for the hit. Crimbo's caught Refresh over at the long face ahead of the smoke. Oh, and Sin's tanked a nade of his own right. Down at 43 HP. Crimbo swinging, seeing TMB, dropping that bomb. Roy's got to try to swing back for the trade, and he'll just be able to manage it. Still man advantage for Big here.
And Roy, him and Altex have to try and work together. At least they've spotted a player out there towards a pit control. The issue is the time and the fact that two players are out here towards a pit side.
Have to use the smoke, no nader, incendiary. The AUG still holding out over at Wine. Oltex with a pick, Mantu. Or will he get Crimbo instead? Back to be turned one direction, in towards the brackets position. Crimbo's going to get caught with that walk up, and they're going to full send as a result of it. Now, Sin and Mantu may be in trouble. Player up, Apps drops in the taps, and Burst do not come up with the kill. Sin with a trade, but he's such low HP, and TMB can take him. Try cut the rotations, but Process brings it into a 3-on-3, and Preasy are forced to back away.
Oh, they're going to have to cancel. Just when Refresh got so much work in that round. Now they've forced a bit of an over-rotation, and Roy knows that there's a player out here to Moto. My goodness, that felt like that could have been a site collapse. If Refresh gets that kill out to Moto, gets another kill out there towards Mini Pit, and just swarm into the bomb site. But I think the issue on trading out the player towards Mini Pit and just combining on the bomb site means that it has to be a cancel in the end.
Big have gone gambly.
Oh, they're making an info play, though. They're going to start backstabbing Banana.
Tabson will be on the site defensive. The smokes will start coming in to Cross and Coffins. Now they'll start moving out towards that mid control and set up for the retake because the site has been lost. Tabson has just seen the head of one individual. And now Nicodoz is not checking for the batlines here. They might not be ready for this CT retake. It's going to come in pretty quickly here. C1, Roy catches Tabson. Now they turn back to Process, who has caught Nicodoz. Roy is such low HP, they're not aware of where he is. Altex now has to be the hero once again. Sees them both burst to the head of the first man, but cannot get the second, and Big will equalize. This one certainly isn't done at all. Preasy misstepped in the pistol, going to try charge up for the eco round. TMB not ready for Tabson, who will tank a lot of damage and somehow come out with those two frags. Such low HP against Nicodoz and all, but the pistols have come up trumps here.
And Nicodoz needs to try and find a returning pick, gets nothing out there towards the logs. And even his impact, we spoke about the MVP level performance that we saw from him on map number 1, had great impact with the AWP in the first half, came through with some clutches and some good moments with the Galil and the AK in the second half. To go from 24 kills on an opposition map pick to now home turf and only getting 3, it feels like it's a huge drop off.
A Refresh can't do anything from here. Force the issue on the Preasy side. So this should turn into an 8th as well for Big. Tried to put all they could in towards that banana position, which continues to be contentious for the Danish squad. Had issues when it came to main Z. An all-important weapon in the hands of an all-important player that now needs to get started here. Oltex. Also an all-important position. A Boiler could catch Crimbo. Pixel angles are all you're going to get out of that. He backs away.
And Roy took a bit of spam damage out there towards a half-wall. Molly towards long rather than the smoke. So Nicodoz can still hold and get that pick.
M4 combines with the HE, and Mansu will drop to the hands of Oltex. Crimbo sees nothing else on short. They've backed off even further. The AWP does get caught, not quite spotting the AK. That HE doesn't get the kill either. Flash around the corner, keeps that man blinded. He takes another good shot. And now the M4 of TMB is seen where Tabson is. They've got a bit of info. They're still backing away from the long control.
And Tabson's in a good position to deal with this AWP just because of the HE difference. And he's actually caught a pretty good timing. Look at this. He's got into Arch as soon as Nicodoz has looked back out to long.
He has no idea. Oh, my lord. They think they're completely clear. The bomb is on his back and it's on its way to the B site. No one has an inkling it's going to be a CT attack. The split in. Roy playing anti-flash. TMB yet to be seen. But both players could line up for this individual. The only concern is if someone checks that back line, if someone looks the right way at the right time. Roy seen. Tap burst. TMB's down. Tabson with patience as a virtue, has got the bomb sites.
Yeah, that's got to be the best trigger discipline you're going to see all day. Crimbo as well, up against Ultex, hearing the footsteps already. See you later, save. Oh, mate, you have got to be fuming. Opening rifle round, it needs to be win. It needs to be won for just the survival of the scoreline right here on map number 2. You've got a 5v3, you lose an unlucky timing on the reposition, and Tabson has just won that round for Big.
Well, well, well.
Well, it's safe to assume that we're going to map 3, right? Like, I don't think there's any way back. This was 4-0. Big have won 10 out of the park.
3M4 still in SMG for TMB. They need a round desperately here. Nades are sent. TMB aggressive. Good lineup too. And that's the miracle they're looking for.
Now just close. Another 5v3. Just close the round. Now TMB could be a goner. So his teammate of Roy just needs to back him up just because of the low HP again.
He got an AK out of that HE. Roy wasn't interested in damage. He's interested in weaponry, and that blast sent it flying to his teammate. Crimbo now top of the barrels, but Roy backs off alongside TMB. Will they trade weapons? No, they'll just boost that AK up.
I was thinking that they were going to trade weapons, but in the end, they get the flower pots boost out. And I think right here, they just need to go 1-for-1. If it is a commit out towards a B site, Roy needs to get a kill. Jiggle peek down from CT doesn't extend the line. Instead, just peek for the contact, get the incendiary down, and now force another rotation of the AWP over to B.
Second incendiary as well, ahead of the smoke that does come out, cancelling the hit for now. Another smoke comes in from the man, so they're just suppressing and stalling for time.
There's a bit of an info play going on in the apartments as well from Ultex, and he's seeing nothing. So Preasy are pretty much certain that it's going to be a B end, but they still have to have a strong crossfire to contend.
Another smoke comes in. 25 seconds on the clock for Big to make the attack happen. Nicodoz knows there's a player out there. He's going to burn a little bit to that Molotov. Still waiting for the face. The flashbangs will keep him blinded. Roy's going to get caught as well. Sin with a pick back. Nicodoz falls, but the booster at TMB strikes on only one. 2 versus 2. Big still crack open the sight. Refresh has walked right past Crimbo. He's going to get him. The Orpamantu now on for the 1v2 with 2 kills to his name. He's looking for the triple. He knows exactly where Ultex is coming from.
Receives a bit of utility. You might have to start thinking about rotating, potentially Nicodoz over with that M4. It seems like Roy's going to be the one to go, but TMB can now start hearing the footsteps.
Oh, Process just drive-bys him. Straight headshot. Now Roy backs up ahead of the smoke. He's seen one player popping ahead of it, continuing to burst alongside his teammates. The sprays will dish out damage, get no kills. Meanwhile, Crimbo's cutting rotates back from Abs. It's a 5v3. Nicodoz has caught one. Process close quarters at that corner. Engages Roy. Sin finds Refresh, doubles up through the smoke. And Preasy are just getting wrecked now. Map point for Big.
Oh, come on. You can't say it's now. It's been the entire map. Like 4-0 to 6-12. After having a...
Back behind that half wall, though, as Mantu continues firing. He's getting no closer, though.
Preasy are going to start getting desperate, and this is when you start making mistakes. Is it a gamble stack? Is it an info play? I mean, the double peak with the MP9s, at least it's a vertical crossfire.
DMB and Roy do get taken down on one factor. Tabson can take back on Roy. 2 versus 4 now. Refresh. Quick to get to sight, quick to try and hold his nerve, but so many players there to receive. Sin will shut him down at the first contact, and Preasy have had their lights turned off here on Inferno. This is a big map, and we'll send to 3.
And they've been absolutely pumped. And I think, again, this is why we rate Big as the best team in the comp. And they've proved it in other best-of-3
squad. Big not going for any upgrades at all. Straight USPs across the board as Roy leads the charge straight in his first casualty to Process. The headshot is gained. He is going to take a bit of a goosh down as Mansu and co start to get worn back. Ultex and TMB with those picks into the back lines. The bomb plant could get secured here. It's a 2 versus 2, but Tabson and Sin are creeping around the smokes, trying to find an angle of attack, and Sin is so close to contact. He has no idea.
It's unreal repositioning from TMB that he has not caught it. Now, Shadow was seen out there to long, so Sin knows Ultex is there, but they hadn't seen the bomb with that Shadow advantage, and Tabson's actually repositioned completely. Both of them are going to double up from CT rather than being separated.
Just rotated back. a long way around. No one heard Tabson's footsteps either, so no information was given up to the T side. Sin has the kit. Tabson has the Kevlar. Sin, first port of call. They're going to group up, so if one goes down, the other one can grab that kit. Making noise as well. Ultex can hear him. TMB wraps back over towards that ramp control. Ultex swings in, gets caught with a headshot straight up on the defuse. Sin is covered off from the ramp control. Swing from TMB. He's got to get the headshot in now, but Tabson distracts for long enough, sacrificing the SMG, just watching out over at Cheetah. As Roy will try prod. Pros is very close. Might have shadow advantage over them. Sprays down only one individual. Ultex with a responsive. Nicodoz has been damaged up as Tabson takes Ultex out of the fold in a 3-on-3. Meanwhile, Refresh could find a counterplay. They have dropped that bomb on the B site here, so if it's going to rotate, they've got to recover it first.
The issue is TMB trying to back off. Does Crimbo swing? And it's being held out towards a big box, so that at least helps bring that bomb back out to the A side. This should be a round-winning play. The issue is CT still being checked on the reposition?
This back corner especially. Common angle to hold. Difficult to check. Maybe a one-for-one trade. It seems like the most realistic thing in the world. Tabson caught dead to rights. Refresh knows that Mantu's right around that corner and will get caught for it. Bomb plant should be secured. It's again the concern of that retake. Mantu, first man to make his way up. Nicodoz such low HP. The AK passed off the TMB as a result here. Mantu slowly pushing. Nicodoz unawares of the temple control that the man has, and the kill gets found by the pole. TMB now to swing. Under the bomb they'll go. Deny the spray. Crimbo doesn't go down. TMB takes damage in return. Mantu's going to go ahead and take for the peak, but TMB still wins it. Tap on the bomb again. Crimbo not being seen. TMB trying to force out a peak in a fight, but he knows that this man is not on the bomb with the defuse not coming through. And no kit left in it. Indeed, Preasy, final return.
Oh, that really sucks. If Crimbo has a kit there, he wins that round. Simple as that. And maintaining the mid control means that they can kind of hold 3 out here towards B. Now, Process was seen close towards that left-hand side and dealt with by the entry of Roy.
P250 on site, should get overwhelmed here. He's chipping away at those HP bars, but Roy does find his man in the end. Crimbo, nade sent, TMB swings upon him ahead of that smoke. Will catch that individual. SMG sprayer, Mantu manic and unsuccessful. As the last man alive, he's got to fall back and hold on to the Kevlar above all else.
And it just shows that the Forced by Wars end up going the way of Preasy, which is obviously very successful from a T-side point of view on a third map decider. The opportunity of going, what, 3-1 up, going into the opening rifle round, might try and see if you could press it even more.
All 5 alive for Preasy. It should remain that way. Perhaps Nicodoz might... In cut rotations, they come back from the bomb site itself. But they're probably going to go back in from mid, so make his way back there or back lines. Crimbo!
Oh, no!
Nade sent him a little bit deeper into the bomb site. That might just bolster up the defensive itself, because now the T's need to act.
Now, Ultex needs to deal with Crimbo, at least drive some distraction away.
He's held his corner. Finally, that M4 can strike. Man advantage now. 2 held in the center of the bomb site, out in the open for Process and Sin. They hold their positions and TMB can swing. Sin down. Process unaccounted for. He gets 2 picks for it. He holds the bomb site and brings it into a 2v2 as he finally goes down. The bomb needs to get planted here, and Tabson is posted. Mantu closing in the pincers, and Roy bails it out. Can Mantu deny? Will he go for the bomb? The bomb denial? No. No wall bangs. Retake only.
And they've got to know they're up against the AWP, so just play tucked. There's a slight reposition from Roy back down towards ramp. He actually could backstab into cave once info's given up.
Leaning in, Nicodoz. Not checked in the corner of the gun barrel's been seen. 1 pixel's all you need. Footsteps heard. Man's going to get caught. Mantu with a frag. A tap on the bomb. A smoke involved in it all. And Roy bites the bait. There should be enough time for the 10-second defuse here. I think he's got it. Yes, he has. Second on the board for Big.
What about Jules? When you're walking through pieces of util like that?
Refresh, caught tag, TMB leaning in. Burst through as Tabson Incendiaries off a resmoke, actually misses. Refresh gonna burn. Not a positive start for the T side. At least they can bite back. Tabson's gonna get caught. Process also seen there in the mid. Red control. Ultex gets a follow up and gains the man advantage back for Preasy, but that AWP is hunting for him, and Mantu turns it to evens.
Now, Sin has to give up the control out here towards ramp, so there is an opportunity of taking ramp control and getting up. The problem is, how does the bomb cross? Because Shelf is compromised.
There is a smoke that can come through. TMB is just charging into it, though. Going for the dry face. You have utility, sir. Put it out to ensure the safety. Safe passage. The important device. Sin's going to try to creep ahead of it, though. Nicodoz so wary of the site itself. Flashing towards Cave. Process caught off guard. Dead to right. Sin catches, though. 2 kills on the SMG, though. Preasy couldn't lock out the lane control. And now Roy's left to clutch it.
And 1v2 at least knows that they're both tagged up and they'll be out here to lane.
Bomb in their sights. Roy can grab it. Try put it down on the B site. Go for the wraparound also towards the A players. A possibility. He's hunting for a man advantage, but with the time being taken, he's allowed Sin to position himself over towards ramp. Got to hold that position, got to hold that angle. He's checking Cave. He has no idea how close that SMG is. Could deny the bomb right here. Roy sneaks away around the pillar. Back is turned. And Sin playing patiently, playing to perfection, and playing to the third.
Ability.
Refresh, tag down low, dead in the Molotov. Another opening kill for Big through the fire and the flames. Advantage for them as Preasy start tugging at their collars a little bit. How things started off over on Inferno, a confident opening advantage. Big bounce back to evens. Preasy falling back passive.
And this is where, for Big, you start thinking they've got an opening man advantage. The dual crossfire out there towards Cave. Nicodoz, at least with the spam, but Process gets the trade back.
Advantage Big as a result.
And they've got a lurkout from mid. The issue is, what do they do with it? Because there isn't a huge amount of time to start shifting a little bit of an A split, and you don't even know if Cheetah's compromised.
Keep their eyes on it as TMB tries to walk out. Mantu been stellar with this AWP in this map so far. Walking into the site to try and cut off that donut position. Shot on Ultex. Oh, just turns away at the wrong moment. Allowing them donut control, allowing them access to the A site. TMB, does he suspect there's a player out there? Ultex will safer plants. That'll be information called in by the pole, and the retake will start to rotate.
Mantu just needs to settle. There's a backstab coming through, though, so he might not even have that time. Turns around, but just misses it.
You saw for a second, though, TMB was in serious danger. Now he's got an AWP to play with.
Save call? Done?
Seems to be, yeah. So far away from the bomb site, their linchpin element, their one rotating angle, negated in an instant, and from there, well, it makes the most sense.
And I think you do have to feel there for Mantu, because he's at least being pretty proactive around Temple. He starts walking forward, he sees nothing main, he sees nothing donut, and as soon as he starts moving back into Temple, that's when the bomb's already gone down, and he wants to keep an eye on if a reposition comes out towards Big Box or someone tries to fight him towards Brokey.
A chance for Preasy to swing this game well and truly towards their favour if they can win out the engagement. Flash in for Sin to look for Roy, catches him with a quick headshot. Nicodoz flashed into the site. Utility in the hands of Process, that sprays all over the place, but it comes together in the end. Not for the second man though. Sin keeps the advantage going. Ultex dying desperately to get the trade and finds his shoulder.
Oh, Refresh out here towards Elbow can come in very late, and there's actually a little bit of distraction. Crimbo is holding this smoke.
Who's going to see who first? Who's going to catch the kill? Crimbo sees Refresh, and that's that late lurk negated. Smoke's deep. They're on the other side of the bomb site. Taps are going to get challenged close by Ultex. Who's going to have some confidence to go for this, but he does win it out. Now him and TMB against Mantu and Crimbo on the re-aggression. Big running out of time here. Got to make their way into the site. Only Crimbo's got the defuse kit, but I think they're thinking smarter and better of this. They'll keep the AWP and the AK. Maybe look for TMB after the fact. Oh, unscoped. Mantu still scopes back in to grab that kill.
Have to look at the scoreline.
Preasy just been playing such a wild matchup against Big. And Big are still winning opening engagements. They're still giving these rounds a decent go. Mantu starting advantage. And they're hoping for a little bit more. Slow. Back down to a snail's pace. Engaging back in mid. Mantu at low points of HP. Still lands a secondary pick. It's a 5-on-3 for Big.
Unfortunately for Preasy, they haven't really got much map control. Now, there is an info play from Crimbo out here towards A main. You think that the AK is going to deny that countability, but no. Crimbo just wins out the fight.
Roy back with a trade, a double up found. He's low HP. Mantu, similar story. Without AWP, proving to be dangerous and peeking in further. That Molotov will have to force him back. He was heard. The bomb on site will now get planted. There is a smoke back towards ramp, though, suppressing one angle of re-aggression. Roy needs backup. TMB is slowly rotating back in. That flash forces that AWP off position, and Roy backs up to cave. He needs TMB.
TMB is going to come in from shelf, and Roy's not really going to get any assistance anytime soon. The reposition can come down towards ramp, and he can get a flash out. He might actually peek off of this.
Get the one kill, only the one kill. Follow up, Peichi doesn't catch Mantu. The spray back to Crimbo is awry. Swing forward, finally Mantu drops. TMB calls the bluff of Crimbo. No kits on him. He can't win the round from here. It's too far gone. And this will be... Okay, actually, he's going to get back on it. Oh no, TMB denies. And just holds the 8-4 half for Preasy. Now on to the CT side. Remember, the 8-4 score was what we saw on Vertigo, and we all know how that went down.
They should close. They're in the position to close.
Well, should close is very different to those do close, and does close, and pulls it out of the hat. Process. First man forward, Glock in hand. Nicodoz, part of the pistol defensive. 3 players out here. Alltex gets one of them. Roy and Alltex able to mow them down and keep control here in a victory in the pistol rounds.
Now, Crimbo's going to try his absolute best, and we've seen some unreal Crimbo clutches in the past. This one isn't out of the realm of possibility of being won. He's got heaps of time, and he's got HP. The issue is, how do you break apart this crossfire? Because there is 3 CTs all pinned on B.
He's got time to play with. Make it slow. Try and find a mistake, but it looks pretty peachy right now from Preasy. Awesome mistake with an engagement. Didn't see Alltex, and Alltex will lock in.
They had the USP round before that where they did mass damage and could have forced an instant reset.
1-for-1 trades for now in this particular round. Seems like a faster play out of Big. They have been cancelled by that incendiary there from Refresh. The bomb will rotate back out of main. Smoke on the center of the bomb site will not be all that impactful for everything because they're not going for the execution. And to go back to your point, you think about how well that CT side went for Big, how many times they were able to force out fights against Preasy, how good they looked and how close those rounds got even when Preasy were winning them.
Very much so.
You have no doubt that rifle could have gone their way. They could have been up 3-3. This would have been a 6-6 half as a result. And those are the differences. The margins set in by MR12. Roy finds Crimbo. Advantage for the Danes.
And I think right now, with the performance that we're getting from both teams across the series, I feel like if you play this best of 3 10 times, it probably goes 5 ways to Big and 5 ways to Preasy. Like, there really hasn't felt like there's much in it. And right here, the scoreline may say otherwise, but Preasy are in a very good position again. Up 8-4, 9-4, 10-4, opening rifle round, man advantage, and look at how disciplined and deep in the bomb site the Danes are.
30 seconds. Roy sees the utility coming out. Alltex is the smoke at the ready. 15 seconds. Got to get into that bomb site. Tap burst from Roy. Can't time it well on Sin. God, got so close to catching Process. He even dinked him down. That incendiary might just burn him. Get him off the bomb site position. He's gone falling. Round's over. No time for the plant. Got to hold on to the weapons. Maybe even Mantu might get hunted after time. Back in with the buy. Mostly Galils across the T side. Refresh. Incendiary in hand, trying to cancel the execution. It doesn't quite work out for them, though. Nade does damage. He sets himself up for the 3K and just runs right through Big. Drops the bomb. Calls the rotations. Probably securing the round from here. This will be map, match, and upper bracket semi-final point for Preasy.
You just see there from Refresh, that angle that you can play on the signpost, you get shadow advantage. So you can literally just have your util out. You don't even need to keep your weapon drawn. And as soon as you see that shadow, bang, get the incendiary down, try and reposition. You know that they're going to commit through if they want to at least put pressure onto A. It does so much good work with the damage there with the Org. And Tabson and Crimbo, I think a save call is the right call. The factor I'm now wondering is, do they get hunted? Now, in the last round, we saw another save, and it actually reminds me of a few rounds on Vertigo, right? Where we just saw big saving in T-side rounds because it just wasn't getting won.
I mean, do you even have a choice in this situation? 2v5. No map control, no bomb control. One smoke of utility to burst back into a bomb site, grab that bomb, plant it, and get through the 4 defenders they have. Perhaps it is best to hold those guns into the next. At least you're guaranteed 2 rifles. Assuming you don't fall after time. Tabson's getting a little bit too close to comfort for the CT line. Talked so much about how chaotic this matchup has been. Even Refresh, look at his aggression. Sin's going to get caught so flat-footed. Didn't see it coming. 4 more kills to go.
It feels like this is going to be the one to close as well. Back towards A, making quite a bit of noise. There is a lurk out from Donut, and there's actually no CT holding mid to spot for this.
Smokes out, nades in, Refresh holding his nerve, processes Mac 10. Does find the headshot, actually. Brings it home to a 4 versus 4. DMB next up on the site, and is unaware of Tabson's walk out of the donut control. Could get faced in point blank, sees him. Still gets a lot of damage done, but not quite winning the fight. Site's been taken, bomb's gone down.
A resmoke can come down towards CT from Tabson. All Tex actually catches him slightly over peaking before the smoke comes.
A risk taken at low HP, it doesn't pay off. Still got Roy back on the B site, worried that it might be a ruse. All Tex start the rotation angles. They're going to take a bit of time to get here.
And they very much so are. Now, they've got 2 smokes. They can smoke the bomb at least and potentially smoke A main. Mantu, because of the man disadvantage, he wants a fight and he wants to take it out here towards CT. The trade is back for Nicodoz.
All on Crimbo. Young man, highlight man of this team. They're still working their way in, Donut. They have no idea of exactly where he is. They're going to charge up quick. Only 1 kit in on Nicodoz. And they're backing off. They're holding onto their guns. They had the prime chance to close it. I guess they have the 8-round buffer. But Preasy... Galil in for Sin, caught by Roy. TMB over at elbow, looking to fight, and Nicodoz sees 2, catches 1, pistol pulled out. Roy provides support, and now finally they're getting mowed down here on the big side. Mantu tries to fight, does so well.